Hi, I'm Josiah. I'm with Waves, the US Live product specialist. I'm here hanging at Road Crew Live, hanging with Tailors, and I figured I'd take the time to show you guys Waves LV1 Emotion Mixer. And I think the biggest thing when we're talking about the console that we offer is the console is most misrepresented in its small, compact size and how powerful and capable it really is. The console itself can do up to 96K, and it has a 32-bit floating mix engine. And it also has 64 channels that can be stereo or mono with 44 bus returns. So 24 of those being auxes. So it's got a lot of flexibility, a lot of availability for buses and I/O. Even with being built off the SoundGrid network, it has the ability to scale out a ton of I/O according to what your needs are. So you could start small with a stage box, and if you have a broadcast feed need to split out, you could use a MADI interface depending on what console you're using. We have Dante I/O that works with SoundGrid and bridges between the two. So there's so many options with the SoundGrid network technology to be able to scale out to fit your needs. And that even goes for in a situation where you're sharing I/O between consoles, front of house and monitors or front of house and broadcast. Where we can actually share the I/O, and they have gain sharing and gain tracking as well. So there's so many options with the console just in general, but even to that point, with the console, there are so many options for customizable user windows here. So for example, we've got a customized layer page here on the mixer window. So from this point, we can come in here and add any channel that we want. If we want to add a drum here, we can add a tom with the rest of our drums. We've got a drum group and a drum DCA here. We can move them wherever we need and then build out another page that might have some of our other needs to match our workflow. So there are so many options here to build a session that just works with the way you work live. So in that customized layer, you also have other functionalities that a lot of engineers are used to using, such as spill features. So if I have two mixer windows open with LV1, I can spill from any DCA. So I could select it from this drop-down menu up here, or I could open up my DCAs in the other window. And if I have, for example, all my drum channels are in a drums DCA, I can spill out my drums or my guitars. I can have my guitars out or the keys, either or, and just allows me to get to something fast. If I select drums, I can go my snare and jump to my channel window, which gives me the ability to work fast and fluid, and be in control of the mix at the whole time during the whole show. So with LV1, I mean, you have all those flexibility and scalability just in general with that. And even when you go down to the plugins, if you want more options to add other pieces that you own, whether it's hardware or software, there's so many other ways to add things. With the channel window, we can add external inserts here to basically insert either from an analog source, such as this STG Sound Studio stage rack, 16 by 8. We can bring in I/O that way. Take out our outputs and bring in. So we can send a return via our analog I/O, or we can also at that point come in through a digital source like the SoundGrid driver. I'm currently using this to play back from my computer right now, but we could patch one to one or any channel on the SoundGrid driver, maybe to source out to something else we want to insert into that chain. And then now, of course, with that, you are basically accepting any latency that is induced by that other effect that you're using. But Waves gives you the option. If you can measure it, you can adjust the latency here to match the session, your show file session you're working on. So there's so much flexibility between the LV1 console that even for its small, compact size, it can compete with or even handle any pro touring gig or corporate show, whatever you're working on. So This is a quick overview of LV1, but thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And I'm Josiah with Waves. Thank you.